You're tuned in to the Average Joe Sports Show by there. Keep it locked to Eagle 810 for our highly average take on sports talk.
908. That was Iggy Azalea right there. You know, the 23-year-old Aussie with her chart-topping song Fancy featuring Charlie XCX. And we're back here in the Eagle 810 studio. It's 9:08, so you know it's time to kick off the Average Joe Sports Show. I'm Senior Airman Kellen Carr, the host of the show, and today I have three guests in here. We got Tony Z to my left, just hanging out from the last hour. Tony Z,
That's it,
good
man.
to have you in here today, man.
Appreciate you.
Ready to talk some sports?
Let's do it.
All right. We also have Will, the real deal, Veal, in the studio. What's up, man?
What's going on, Kellen, man? It's good to be back.
It's good to have you in here. You gonna bring it today, man?
Well, I'm going to try to. You know, had baseball practice last night, so I was up late trying to get my notes together.
You
So,
had to do some little cram session.
a little bit.
All right. And all rocked out in the Oklahoma City Thunder gear. To my right, we got Shawn Burgundy. What's up, brother?
Hey, I don't really want to talk about sports today. I think I'm going to read some Shakespeare instead. How do you feel about that?
We got somebody waiting to replace this guy.
Yeah, it's the wrong hour, bro.
You know, I after that Thunder loss yesterday.
Here we go.
I'm sure you don't really want to talk
Here we
sports,
go.
but we'll be getting into that here in a moment. We're going to be talking about the NBA playoffs. We'll also have our lightning round. We'll cover about 10 different topics, including hockey, some MMA, boxing, and more basketball and football as well. And the Joes will just be giving their not-so-professional opinion on some of those topics. And also, folks, feel free to chime in at any point in time. You can call us up, 225-2379, and let us know your opinion and actually win free food courtesy of the Akota Exchange Food Court right here on the Average Joe Sports Show. But before we get to that, we're going to get into the music first. Here's AJR with I'm Ready. We got Pitbull coming up next. 9:17, Pitbull right there with Don't Stop the Party, and we're not going to do that. It's the Average Joe Sports Show. I'm Kellen. We got Tony Z, Will, the real deal, Veal, and also Shawn Burgundy in the studio. And we're here to talk now. First segment, we're going to kick it off with the NBA playoffs. Now, I don't know if you guys had a chance to check out Game 2 of the Spurs and Thunder. And
Lopsided.
Listen, the Thunder got thunderstruck yesterday in Game 2. They're down 2-0. Spurs are up in that series right now. And gentlemen, I got to get your opinions. What's going on? Are the Thunder going to be able to bounce back from this? I'm going to start with the Thunder fan himself, Mr. Shawn Burgundy.
I'm not going to sit here and play like it ain't been a tough 2 games, but I mean, you got to figure in we lost Ibaka, so that, you know, we got to restructure our game plan there. Anytime we go into a new series, you know, we're a little rough around the edges first game. We're going to get it together. All you doubters, you need to go on ahead and check out Weather Report one more again. There is, in fact, a storm brewing in Loud City. We're going home. We're going to get this one. We're going to get back on track.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
That wasn't bad. That wasn't bad.
Okay.
They don't have anything for the Spurs. Ibaka, you know, says it all. They weren't ready to go into San Antonio and play. You've got that many guys that's played with Coach Pop for that long. They're done. It's over. You can go ahead and chalk it up. It's over in 4.
Wow, not over in 4. He said sweeping them.
It's over in 4.
Oh,
No, he's
Tony
talking
Z.
crazy.
I don't know about a sweep,
Somebody
but
get this
you make a
man
good
coffee.
point. 111 games for the big three at the Spurs in playoffs. They hold
Winningest
the record
trio?
now.
Winningest trio
Winningest trio
in NBA history.
ever.
Yeah.
That says something right there. They might be old and going to the bank shot too often, but they know how to get it done in the
Bank
time
still
right.
counts as 2.
Exactly. I think, my opinion is it's the same thing that happened 2012. So if the Spurs go in and win the next game, then I think the series is done. Like you said, a sweep.
Well, yeah,
but
they definitely, if they go up 3-0,
Yeah.
we can all say it's over. But
I mean, they got thumped 2 games in a row, and yesterday's was
Thunder
bad.
don't even
Playoff-
look good, though. They're
playoff-
not even playing well right now.
playoff series does not start until you lose at home. Till
Indeed.
the team loses at home. So Spurs did what they're supposed to do. They won their 2 games
Right.
at home. Now, if the Thunder drop one of those in Oklahoma City, I will say the series is over. But I can't count out the MVP of the league right now. Kevin Durant was the MVP. Russell Westbrook is a stud himself, top 10 player.
True story.
Whenever he's at
But
his
where
best.
are they?
We'll see.
Where are they?
Hey,
We'll
these
see.
guys
Where are
need
they?
to go back to the drawing board. Y'all talk all that trash right
Where
now. It's
are
just,
they?
hey, it's gonna be.
I'm not
gonna
even
be
a
a great
Spurs fan. I
story
don't want to root
when
for the
we
Spurs.
come
I
back.
like the Thunder, but from what I've seen, there has been nobody has shown up.
All right, let's take it.
MVP is not there.
That's true. Let's go. Let's go ahead and take it over to the Eastern Conference now. Game 3 is today. It'll be on AFN Sports. You can check it out. But listen, Miami Heat versus the Indianapolis Pacers. Right now, the series is 1-1. They're taking it back to Miami, or taking it to Miami now. Pacers dropped their last one in Indianapolis, so the series has begun because now the Heat have home court advantage now. So, what are your thoughts on that series? How do you think it's going to play out, Tony Z?
Well, Indiana's come a long way in the last couple of years, but dude got a concussion the other day, right?
Paul George did, yes.
So I think Miami will take care of their home court.
Because of the concussion?
Well, they're just good down there anyway
Yeah.
in front of their fans. And LeBron's no joke.
No.
You know, he'll put the team on his back and carry him, and they'll be fine.
Most definitely.
With the resurgence of Wade in this series, everybody's seen him show up. You know, LeBron hasn't had to carry the team. If Paul George has to sit out for any significant time, you know, a game, I don't think the series is over. 2 games or longer, yeah, Miami's going to take this.
Yeah.
And what you got, Shawn Burgundy?
You know, this is actually what I thought would be happening down there in San Antonio, Oklahoma City. It's a little flip flop. So it's interesting makeup you got going on in there. I'm gonna go Pacers. I'm gonna throw a little wrench in the plan. I think they're gonna win the next. They're gonna win at least a game in Miami, and then shake it up a little bit. But I don't think they can beat the Heat. I think Pacers are gonna get some games down there in Miami, and then Miami's probably gonna take it in 5 or 6.
All right, that's interesting right there. I say overall, with Paul George or without Paul George, I think you said, like you said, with Will the Real Deal, you said Wade playing like Wade. I think that right there is huge, and with that alone, Paul George or no Paul George, I think the Miami is going to be too tough to beat. And I think they're going to ultimately take this series. If the Pacers would have won both those games in Indiana, I would have said they had a lot of confidence to go ahead and win this series. But the second half of the NBA season, the Pacers didn't play like they did the first half.
And they're just now getting back to that.
They're just now trying to find themselves.
End of season form.
They are. But then
And
that last game, it very well could be. So we'll see how that plays out. But you know what? We got to keep things moving. We got your lightning round coming up here in a moment. Also, we'll have your Kanto connection, and we got your weather and yen rate. That's coming up here in 90 seconds.
Here's your weather.
All right, let's take a look outside of our Eagle 810 studio. It's currently 66 degrees. Today, you can expect cloudy skies with some possible rain. Today's highs are going to be in the lower 70s. Tonight, clear skies, with tonight's lows dropping down to the mid-50s. Taking a look ahead at tomorrow. No, it's not really a look ahead. It's just looking at tomorrow. Partly cloudy skies. Tomorrow's highs are going to be in the upper 70s, with tomorrow's lows in the lower 60s. Now we'll take a look ahead at Sunday. Partly cloudy skies. Sunday's highs are going to be in the lower 80s, with Sunday's lows in the lower 60s. Today's exchange rate is 98 yen to the U.S. dollar, courtesy of Community Bank. It's now 9:24. We got some NHL hockey action, playoff hockey action going on AFN Sports. Make sure you check it out. That's channel 11 on most of your decoders. But if not, just check out myafn.net for your complete schedule. Here's Cash and BB. Take me home.
So with the NASCAR races there, who you think's got the best shot? I'm personally going to go with Dick driving the Bears bus. No doubt. He's got it locked up.
9:32. We're back here in the Eagle 810 studio. It is the Average Joe Sports Show. I'm Kellen, Tony Z, Real Deal, and also Mr. Shawn Burgundy in the studio. And it's time for what we like to call our lightning round. And here's where we go through 10 topics just as quickly as possible. And let's go ahead and start it off. Super Bowl 52 is going to be in Minnesota.
Twin Cities.
Yeah, Twin Cities. What are your thoughts on having these Super Bowls in these cold weather places? You know, they had in New Jersey before, they had in Detroit. What are your thoughts? Do you think Super Bowl should be reserved for one particular place, or should it be a warm place? Or what do you think, Tony Z?
Well, personally, I like it spread around. Minnesota's getting it because they're building a brand new stadium. It's going to be domed, so the weather's not going to be a factor. I personally would have liked to seen this one go to New Orleans for a couple of reasons. Tom Benson's done a great
All right.
thing.
Yeah. Go ahead. Finish out your thought. That's cool.
He's just a great ambassador for the city. It's the 300th birthday of New Orleans that year, and it's going to be his last opportunity to host.
Real deal. How you feel?
Nope, I like it. It's great for the sport. It's going to be great for these some of these other cities to get some of that revenue that these venues bring to the town. So good for Minnesota. I hope they keep doing it, taking place like St. Louis and Seattle. You know, just spread the wealth.
All right. And what do you think on that, Shawn Burgundy?
I think that's the only way that the Lombardi Trophy is ever going to Minnesota. So, yeah, good deal. Send it on down there and let them check it out.
I like that.
Wow, I like that as well. All right, so let's go ahead. Topic number 2. LaShawn McCoy, Philadelphia Eagles running back. He said the other day that he's the best running back in the game. Are you buying that?
No, not buying what he's selling. I mean, he's a good running back, don't get me wrong. I think Adrian Peterson is above all the best in the league right now. But there's a whole bunch of others. Arian Foster down in Houston. What's that kid's name that played for the Titans? Now he plays for the Jets. Chris Johnson.
Yep.
So,
all right. Real deal.
He's top 2, arguably, because he did lead the league in rushing last year. But hands down, Adrian Peterson, he does what he does with no other options out there. You know, McCoy has options that take the burden off of him.
All right. And what do you think, Shawn Burgundy?
Man, Shady's good. He's a good ball player, but same. I'm from Oklahoma, so I got to say Adrian Peterson's the best in the league.
Yeah, I'm not even going to argue with that. Adrian Peterson is the best, but you guys are leaving out my man Jamal Charles, though. Man, Jamal Charles is a monster.
He had a good year.
He's had the highest yards per carry average for the last 5 seasons, so don't forget about that. All right, and Cleveland Cavs, they got the #1 pick. Who's the best fit for the Cleveland Cavs? Shawn Burgundy.
It doesn't matter who goes to Cleveland. They're going to be terrible. They're going to ruin them. It's winning the lottery is what they call it. It's like the dude that wins the lottery and then goes broke next year. It's the same scenario. I feel sorry for whoever they pick, honestly.
All right, Will Veal.
I agree with him. I think what they should do is trade the pick away and go get some players that can come in and help now.
Okay. And Tony Z, what are your thoughts?
I kind of think the same as Will. Trade the pick away. There's some rumors floating around that they want to get Kevin Love in some kind of big package.
Everybody wants Kevin Love.
LeBron wants to go back. So I think it could be interesting.
All right. And the Blackhawks. Okay, if they manage to win their 3rd Stanley Cup Finals, I mean, obviously they got to finish off this series, but if they happen to win this year, it'd be what, the 3rd in the last 5 years?
That's correct.
Do you consider
if
that
you say
a
so.
dynasty?
Well,
Tony
I
Z.
mean, it's pretty strong. I don't know boo diddly about hockey, so I couldn't tell you who the Blackhawks are or what city they play in, but I'm telling you, I don't know. I've been to hockey before, but I've been drinking beer and,
As well you should.
All right. Will, the real deal.
It is 3 in the last 5 years. When you talk about salary cap and what sports has gone this way with losing players and trades and the way the sport is managed, I do think it is a dynasty. 3 in 5 years, I mean, that's hard to do.
Most definitely. And Shawn Burgundy, what do you think,
As
bro?
much as I hate the Blackhawks, yeah, it's definitely a dynasty, man. To do that in hockey with the high number of games, the high level of physicality going on down there, there are teams that still haven't even got one. So to get 3 in 5, yeah.
Good
dynasty.
point right there. Good point. Now, Floyd Mayweather, he will fight September 13th, the pound-for-pound best fighter in the game right now. Who should his next opponent be?
Golly, I'd love to see him fight Pacquiao. I just don't know if it's going to happen. I'm switched more to MMA fan now than boxing, but Floyd Mayweather brings it every time. So I'd like to see Pacquiao.
All right, real deal.
I'm not I don't follow boxing enough to really put a lot of insight to it, but what I read, I think Maidana may be another good, just to bring money and to bring viewers. I think Maidana would be a good fight. I heard it was a great one last time.
All right, and what do you got for us?
I mean, I think Superman and Wonder Woman need to have a baby because that's the only way that anybody's going to beat Floyd Mayweather. It doesn't matter. Whoever wants to get knocked out, bring him on.
That's good.
I like that, Shawn Burgundy. And, okay, MMA fighter. I gave you guys this video to check out. Now, this MMA fighter the other day, he was winning this fight, whooping the dude, landing everything, and he sat there. Ref wasn't stopping the fight, because there was no reason for him to. The guy was still standing. He was still coming at him, and he went ahead and forfeited the fight. What are your thoughts on that? Do you feel like the guy should still get the win, or
no, dude, that's the most violent sport out there. You're there to finish people, right?
Yeah.
You're in the wrong sport, homie.
Okay.
That's my opinion. If you're gonna step into the cage and do that kind of fighting, God, finish the guy.
All right, I like that.
I don't want to agree. I know this is an arguing sports show, but that's the point. It's MMA. How are you going to tap when you're beating somebody up? That it defeats the purpose.
Right.
All right. And what do you got for us, Shawn Burgundy?
I wouldn't have had to worry about it. I'd have won the fight because I'd have been the one getting punched in the face.
Good point right there. All right. Now, I don't know if you guys saw this. Miguel Olivio, he's accused of biting off part of his teammate's ear in a dugout altercation. This was a Los Angeles Dodgers minor league player, and the guy he bit off he was the #1 prospect for the Los Angeles Dodgers. What are your thoughts on this? Two teammates fighting and then the one biting his ear off. What should the penalty be for that?
Well, Mike Tyson comes to mind, right?
Of course. Rightfully so.
Look, people are going to disagree about stuff. I get it, but there's a time and a place for that. Go back in the locker room. Go back to the hallway so it's not in public. But, dude, don't bite people. Come on, man.
It's absolutely ridiculous. We've all played sports in some capacity. Yeah. You're gonna get heated in the competitiveness of things. But come on, at least Sorry, yeah. Keep it to punches.
Shawn Burgundy.
Man, my great grandpappy Pierce gave me some sound advice. He said, "You show a man his ear, he'll leave you alone." So, dude was probably just getting worked over back there, and he got what he deserved. You know what I mean? I'm a biter myself.
All right. Now, after 42 wins in a row, Masahiro Tanaka finally lost to the Cubs the other day. Has the MLB, have they figured him out or what? What
Are you kidding me? No. He had an off day. The guy pumps fastball. Sooner or later, somebody's going to catch up to him. But he'll just go back and readjust. The guy's a gamer. He'll be fine.
All right, real deal, Will Veal.
Possibly. I don't think so. It's baseball. You're going to get lit up every now and then. Teams are going to get hot on you. They're going to, you're not locating, where you're supposed to, but probably not.
All right, and Shawn Burgundy.
I mean, it is the Cubs that did it, so that doesn't look good at all. But Tanaka's a stud, man. He goes out there and he throws hard. He still struck out 7 batters. So, no, I don't think they figured him out. He had an off day, if anything.
All right, gentlemen, we got 2 topics left. We're going to try to blaze through these. Where does Minnesota Timberwolves, all-star power forward Kevin Love end up next season?
Me?
Yeah, Tony Z.
Buddy, I think he's going to be in Cleveland. I think they're going to work some magic with that pick and get him there, and then LeBron's going to follow.
Oh, really?
That would be
buddy.
sweet
Wow.
for Cleveland.
Okay.
I'm
All
going
right.
Celtics. I think Celtics have most of the package with some picks that they've got lined up. I think they put something together and send him to Boston.
All right, and what do you think on that, Shawn
I'd
Burgundy?
keep him. If I were Minnesota, I'd keep him. I'd make him finish out his contract for the final year. I'd make him play. He's not gonna be a dud because he wants to get out of there. He wants to be marketable at the end of that.
Yeah.
I'd milk him for all he's worth.
Well, Kevin Love is a Cali kid from the L.A. area, and I feel like somewhere he's going to end up in the West Coast. Yeah, the real deal Bill saying Golden State. That's very possible. Now, last topic. Will Kurt Busch be the only second driver to complete basically the racing's Ironman triathlon, doing the Pepsi 600 and the Daytona 500?
It's the Coca-Cola 6.
Yeah, Coca-Cola
and
6,
the Indy
excuse
5.
Me. Yes, in the same day. It'll be the second time. Tony Stewart is only first one, and only 4 have attempted it.
Yeah.
Is this going to happen?
I think it will. I mean, it's a lot of work, traveling 1,100 miles is nothing to shake a stick at, right?
No.
Your butt's going to be sore regardless. So,
Definitely.
as long as his butt doesn't go numb, he'll be fine.
Yeah, barring weather or something crazy happening, he will complete it. He's a phenomenal talent in that genre, of racing.
Most definitely. And what do you got for us?
I hope not, man. I hate both of the Bush brothers. They're whiny.
Oh, no
crying.
doubt.
Man, I can't stand them. I hope he wrecks that car. I hope he's all right, but I don't want to see it happen.
All right,
that's good.
folks. That was a good segment on our lightning round, the introduction of our new buzzer and whatnot. But we got to get to some music, folks. Stick around. We're going to find out what's on the Joe's minds. They're going to pick they're going to pick a topic each and let us know what they're thinking about. And that's coming up here in a moment after Justin Timberlake with Not a Bad Thing. Stay tuned. 9:46. Justin Timberlake said, "Don't act like it's a bad thing to fall in love with him," and it's really not, ladies. He's pretty talented and rich. I'm just throwing that out there. Hey, it's Kellen. It's the Average Joe Sports Show. I got Tony Z. I got the Real Deal Will Veal. I'm confusing myself with the nickname.
Still sounds good.
You know what I'm saying? I like it too. And also Shawn Burgundy. And now it's time for What's on Your Mind. Joe's Will, go ahead. Real deal.
All right, since we're about 100 days away from college football season kicking off, I thought I'd bring this one. Since and the Minnesota getting the Super Bowl, I would like to see college football do that with the national championship game.
Okay.
Move the venue, move it to places like Minnesota, St. Louis, Atlanta. Give that opportunity for these other great cities to host that national championship game.
That's cool right there. I like that.
That's a good idea.
That is a good idea. And Tony Z, what you got for us? What's on your mind?
Well, I'm a golfer.
Yeah.
Or at least I pretend to be. So the U.S. Open's coming up, Father's Day weekend, and the big question is, will Phil Mickelson win the U.S. Open? That's like the only one that he hasn't won of the majors.
Yes.
And it's being played at Pinehurst in North Carolina this year. He actually lost. He came in second. He's come in second a bunch in these big tournaments, but he came in second a few years ago to Payne Stewart that year. So I think this is
R.I.P. Payne Stewart.
R.I.P. I love the pants that he wore. Them.
Most definitely.
Yeah. But I think this is the year Phil get it done.
You think so?
I think so. He broke through last year with the British Open.
Yeah.
So I think this year is
Bold prediction
That is a
right
bold
there.
prediction.
I'll say golf is so hard.
Tiger's not in the mix this year.
Yeah.
So anybody really
Phil's
can
been
win.
declining.
Shoot, an
Man.
11-year-old girl from California or something the other day qualified for the women's U.S. Open.
That's
so
nuts.
anybody could do
Pretty
it.
crazy.
That's
right there.
nuts. All right, what you got for us, Shawn Burgundy?
Man, I'm ready to see Chris Weidman get back in the octagon and actually fight somebody.
Like a full fight?
Like a full fight. I want to see what he's, he got lucky the first fight. Anderson Silva broke his leg, and then he started, jumping around and cheering like he had won the lottery because he did. I want to see him. I want to see him really fight. I want to see what he's got.
You know what? Man, Shawn, you really bring up a valid point, and that's. I've been saying the same thing to people. Like, nothing against Chris Weidman.
No,
but
he's no slouch.
He went into a fight though with Anderson Silva. He was 9-0. Okay,
Yep.
he had 9 fights. I really don't think that he's been that battle tested. You know what I'm saying?
No,
and
by no means.
we didn't see enough of him to really say this dude is the truth. He's going to hold the belt for a while.
He hasn't been in a brawl yet.
No, but I'm saying there's a lot of people, they're pegging him. He's the next great thing and this and that. And I really, legitimately, I hope that it is real. But I'm going to say, those Anderson Silva fights, I didn't get anything from it.
Nothing.
I didn't get anything from it. The first
I got
one,
irritated at how happy he got when he broke his foot. He broke his leg. I was like, man, for real?
I did too.
That's
You were
That's a
with
cheap.
me.
That's a cheap
You're with
victory.
me on that, and they all thought I was salty because I'm a Silva fan, but I just said I don't really look at that like
not
oh
a
you
win.
dominated.
It's a fluke.
You know what I'm saying? Because in the first round he took him down, but then once Anderson got up, he was tattooing him, blah blah
Right.
blah, and that's when
Breaking
he
somebody's
that's
leg
when he
isn't going to
started doing
happen
that.
every time you step in a ring.
No, it really isn't. So good point. The thing that's on my mind is I know you guys probably heard the comments that Mark Cuban made, right? He was talking in reference to Donald Sterling, what Donald Sterling said, and he said, by no means do I agree with what Donald Sterling said. He said, you can't. What do you say? Is being stupid is not illegal or whatever?
Yeah,
There's
being
no,
stupid is not
yeah.
against the
So
law.
he's basically saying, what Donald Sterling said was not incriminating because it's just a dumb opinion. And he said, we all have our prejudices. He said, if I see a young black guy walking down the street with a hood on, he's like, I'm gonna cross the street. I'm gonna walk on the other side of the street. He said, if I see a bald-headed white guy with a bunch of tattoos, I'm gonna walk on the other side of the street. He said, we all have these prejudices. Now, initially when he made these comments, now he's not necessarily backtracking, but he did apologize to Trayvon Martin's family, saying, I didn't think about that. I didn't consider that. When I can't. His point was, you should be able to say what you want and say how you feel without being, just crucified
Ridiculed.
in the media.
Sure.
And I completely agree with that. With that being said, also, I respect anybody who says what's on their mind. At the same time, you should also know that there are going to be ramifications. There's going to be
Right.
some blowback from things that you do say. So as long as you're ready to take that on full force,
yeah.
then, I'm cool with whatever you say. If Donald Sterling said, yeah, I said it, that's how I feel. Sorry, guys.
He's
Yeah,
honest.
I wish he would have. No, he's like,
I'm
not a racist.
I'm not a racist. You've got AIDS. That was his defense.
Exactly.
Like, what?
Exactly.
Makes no sense.
Exactly. And that's just kind of what's on my mind. Everybody, you are entitled to your own opinion. You should be able to voice your opinion, but don't be upset if you get in trouble for what your opinion is. Sometimes
And don't back down. Don't be scared.
Exactly.
If you feel that way, feel
Feel that
way.
way.
Right.
Exactly. That's basically what's on my mind. That's
Let's get off that soapbox.
man, holy moly. Rant.
You feel better?
Hashtag rant over. You
feel better?
know what I'm saying? Yeah, I feel much better. Gentlemen, great show today, and I'm sorry I threw that buzzer at you guys. You guys kind of weren't ready for that, but you guys did a phenomenal job with that buzzer
good,
being
man. I like
included
the
today.
buzzer.
I think it helps.
Most
Yeah.
definitely. Well, gentlemen, it was a pleasure having you on today. Have a great weekend. Have a great and safe Memorial Day weekend, and hopefully we'll do this again another Friday or
Yeah,
two.
man. You do the
yeah.
same.
Anytime, man.
All right, Console Playing, you don't go anywhere, though. We still got more here on the Morning Cruise Control. We got your weather and yen rate and more music on the way.
Here's your weather.
All right, let's take a look outside of our Eagle 810 studio. It's currently 67 degrees. Today you can expect cloudy skies and possible rain. Today's highs are going to be in the lower 70s. Tonight, clear skies. Tonight's lows are going to drop down to the mid-50s. And tomorrow, partly cloudy skies. Tomorrow's highs are going to be in the upper 70s, with tomorrow's lows in the lower 60s. Taking a look ahead at Sunday, partly cloudy skies. Sunday's highs are going to be in the lower 80s, with Sunday's lows in the lower 60s. Today's exchange rate is 98 yen to the US dollar, courtesy of Community Bank. It's now 9:53, so we're jumping right back into that music like we always do. We only got about 7 minutes left in the Morning Cruise Control, so that's 2 songs and a good wrap-up coming up here in a moment. But first, I want to jam out. Here's the Black Keys with their latest single. It's titled Fever. 9:57. Hey, we're wrapping up the Morning Cruise Control. Just want to thank you for tuning in this morning with me, Senior Airman Kellen Carr. Make sure you check out our midday show from 10 to 2. We got Staff Sergeant Bryant Economides going to be rocking the mic for you, playing all the latest hits and giving you all the latest events going on this Memorial Day weekend. Take care. Have a great Memorial Day weekend. Be safe. And you obviously don't drink and drive or do anything silly. We will not have any shows on Monday because obviously it's a federal holiday. So I'll talk to you again on Tuesday. Check it out, 0600. I'll be on here, the Morning Cruise Control. Take care. Enjoy. Here's Katy Perry.